Hey, what's up YouTube? Thanks for joining me here at Paid to Trade. So right now I'm going to do a quick daily recap. I'm going to cover the first 3 days of my Topstep funded account, as well as our P&L for today and collectively where we're standing 3 days in. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, so getting the day started, where we were at today, we had this going on here. So we've been in this channel, coming down, and if you look right here, we fell into this little area here, this kind of a zone, and we were wicking out of here. This is at looking at the hourly. So we've got a lot of wicks here, so showing a lot of buyers. Alright. So we kept popping out of the zone, and then we kind of went for it, but then we toppled out right around 64, 65, and did a little bit of a fail right back into the zone. And this time, instead of getting a nice pop out again, we showed kind of a wick, and then the next candle is a little bit smaller, and now we're starting to kind of sink into the zone, so we're not wicking out of the zone anymore. So at that point, it looks like we're starting to exhaust some of the buyers. All right. And so I had the idea to go ahead and go short, and then, so looking at the 5 minute, so here's our 5 minute. So we started sinking into the zone, right in here. All right, and the candles are kind of skewed right now. I'm not sure why they're showing like this, but we fell into the zone, and then I ended up getting in, let's see, right here. So we hit the wick, or we hit the trend line, wicked up a little bit, but not hard. And so I got in at the 103. So 15.103 was my entry. And my stop was going to be, where was my stop? It was just outside this 10. So I was giving it like an 8-point stop, something like that. And so I took a couple contracts, and we broke through the trend line, and I ended up taking profit right around here. So around, I got out at 81, I think I did. So it was scooted away from the bottom of this, bottom of the zone, so I was afraid we might see some kind of some support and get a quick snapback. So I decided to go ahead and get out a little early with my first contract, and then I was going to let the other one ride. And so we popped out of the zone just briefly, but then we got sucked back in, and then I ended up getting stopped out in the second contract right around here. So at that point, I decided to take a little scalp because I figured we'd go long into the 100. And that's also coinciding with the trend line, so it seemed kind of like it made sense. So I took a quick scalp there, and then I went short because I thought we'd hit a rejection. I was hoping we'd come back down. So that was a fail, but I only took one contract. So I was one contract short, and so I ended up getting stopped out at, I think it was 103 was my stop. So just 3 points. So I let this play around for a bit, and then once I saw we came back down through the trend line, and we bounced off the bottom, I was kind of keeping an eye on this, and I was wondering if we could get some continuation. But I was short biased, and you can see we started to round out here, and so now we're making lower highs, and then we have this candle here. So that was kind of my entry to go ahead and go short. So I'm sorry, I got one contract, fell out, and then I added on here at 77. That's what happened. So I ended up with two contracts. And then I sold one once we pushed down to this, the 60s. So I got out, I think, around 67. And then I was holding the other one that I ended up locking that in somewhere around here for not much, just a little bit of profit. So gave that some time. And so I was sitting pretty green. I think I was like 1,500 positive for the day. And then the market opened, and then you can catch my live stream to see kind of how that went. But overall, I made a couple bad calls, or three actually. So I was red. So I ended up giving back about 40% of my pre-market earnings. And then I ended up taking one more position, and that was, I think it was this candle here. So we had pushed out, and we closed above the zone, so I ended up going long on a quick pullback at 11. So it was like 151.11, and my stop was 51.03. So this doesn't seem to be showing up exactly like you're going to see it if you're watching the the live play from today. But that's where we were, unless could have been this candle here. No, it was this one. Yeah, because it ended up running up to 45, and then I got out at 32 or 33. So I was hoping we'd get up to 50 and at least hit that, and maybe even run up to 56 or 57, but that didn't pan out. So we started to reject 45 pretty hard. So then I just got out at 32. So it was a nice makeup for what I lost previously. So then I ended up at 1200 positive on the day. And then I ended up catching another short. Let's see, right in here. So I put the computer away, I was done for the day, and then I decided to do a recap. And then when I was going to do the recap, I saw that we had broken down. So we had come down here, and I grabbed a little short, did more of a scalp, because this candle, I think, got me out. So I took some profit in there, and then I waited, and then we had broken below 57, and I have 57 mapped out in Thinkorswim as like a key level. And so you can see we kind of hovered right around that 57 area in terms of where this went down to, where we opened and closed on these candles here. And so I was waiting for that, and so as we sold off, we pushed back up, I got in short again. So at 57, and then I got out right around here somewhere. So at the end of it all, let me go ahead and show you the P&L. Okay, so if you caught the live stream, you would have seen that I ended up about 1200 in net profit for the day. So that was 1200, and then that added to the 845, put me at just about 2000 total on the day. But after taking those extra trades that I just went over, you can see we scooted up our total profit today, ending at 2185, and that's on the day. So that, in combined with what we started off the day with, which is from the first 2 days combined, so it's 845 plus the 2185, ended up coming out to 2860. All right, and so we paid out a little bit in commission. So this is the net P&L after commission. So 3 days in, so the average right now is about just under $1,000 a day for our P&L. So that's 3 days in, but only 2 days count as or towards the payout. So in order for us to request a payout, we do have to have 5 positive days with a net profit of 200 or more. So the first day was negative, but the next 2 days, yesterday and today, were both positive and over 200. So we're 2 days in, and so now we just need 3 more days. So that's tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday. So if we can knock those 3 days out and achieve at least 200 in profit in each day, then we can go ahead and submit a request on Monday. So we'll be a week in, and hopefully be able to make our first withdrawal. So the idea is to get this balance up to, I'd like to at least double this by the end of the week. So we'll see if we can do that. But if we end up with a couple $2,000 days, that should help us ramp up real fast. So that might get us closer to 7,000. So that would be ideal, and that would be by Friday. And then we would just have Monday. And so doing something like that, that'll ensure that we can pull out a decent amount for our first payout. And still leave a hefty cushion in the account so we can just continue trading. But I think it's going to be smart to just keep it kind of low in terms of position size. I think I'll keep it at 2 or 3 contracts until we really build up a good cushion, and then I'll start to scale up a little bit. So maybe take 4 or 5 as the account grows. But until then, I think it's safer to just keep it at 2 or 3 contracts, trading the minis. But let me know what you guys think. Tell me if I'm being too conservative, or if you think that's a solid plan. Go ahead and drop that down in the comments. But I appreciate you watching the video. Let me know what you think about being 3 days in. I'd like to hear your thoughts, and I'd like to see how you guys did today yourselves. Today was kind of a big day with the FOMC, so a lot happening. The market was all over the place, really messy. But there was still some solid moves in there somewhere if you waited for it. So I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again for watching. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.